That's like a fucking announcement from
Yeah, little mini rocks. I didn't know that. They shrunk.
Good morning, bienvenue, and welcome to Montreal Roller Derby's first ever Montreal Roller Derby Juniors. Today I'm here with Johnny Capote. We're going to be shortly joined by the Honey Badger soon. My name is The Rev. Let's talk about the two teams first. Toronto started 3 years ago. It's their junior team. They have an age range between 12 and 15 being the average. Their youngest player is 11 years old. Their oldest is 17. Montreal is not too far behind with 13 to 14 age difference, and their youngest and oldest is 11 and 17 as well. So introducing the teams, we'll start first with Toronto, the visiting team. We have number 1001, Susie Bruzy. Number 1025, Seymour Bruises. 714, Kamikaze Cupcakes. 2218, Hell's Kitten. 13 Baby, Feral Carol. 808, Skate of Emergency. 666, Awesome Sauce. Number 1, Art Attacker. 138, Misfit. 64, Flight of the Concorde, 8.5, Hailstorm. 1954, Madzilla. 25, Candy Payne. Number 0, FBI. And their last one is 9.75, Iggy Popper. They are joined by Coach Sharkey, Coach Mouthy, and Coach Robber.
And good morning, everyone. I'll give you the Montreal roster. I'm done choking here. Number 15 is Amkuna Matata. Number 6666 is Cherry Bomb or Shitty Bomb. Black Belt Beauty is number 3B. Foxy Lady is 70s. Baby Bug is number 27. Mr. T is 88. Claude El Paso is Ole.
I think it's Claude El Paso, like
Claude
El Paso.
Crash Trooper, number 9. Or maybe 17. Jamie's Got a Gun, 182. Frazinet, H2O. Best Kind, 17. Tiger Lily, 7. Magic Mullet, 32A. El Skeleto, number 4. And the Captain Roadrunner is number 15. Of course, today by Tank and Homer Jensen.
So it looks like everyone is going to start doing their introductions. The Rhythm and Blues are on the track first. They're out there skating around, and it's actually a very tight pack, considering that they're very small people.
A few hundred people here in the arena this morning, even though it's a holiday weekend, everybody's out of town. It's still a good attendance for the first ever Montreal Junior Bout.
So I'm going to attempt to make it sound like I actually speak French, and I'm going to do the announcement for the Junior Derby, which is Le Montreal Derby existe depuis octobre 2011 et l'écoute de Rhythm and Blues pratique le samedi matin au Taz. Le Roller Derby Junior est ouvert aux jeunes filles de 11h et 11 et 18 ans. Et les garçons sont invités à pratiquer avec nous pour
éventuellement.
Thank you. Operationally Montreal's équipe masculin et devenir arbitré. So basically what that means is that the Rhythm and Blues are between ages 11 and 18. They practice every Saturday at the Taz, which is a great practice base downtown. And they're always looking for new skaters. So if you know anyone between the ages of 11 and 18 who loves roller derby and wants to come out and skate, have them come to the Taz on Saturday mornings.
In Montreal, Junior Derby got its start on Monday Night Whiskey Derby, along with the men.
Which, oddly enough, I think all roller derby in Montreal actually started with whiskey derby. The junior started, the guys started on Monday nights, and Homer and Tank are play on the Mount Royals, the men's team here in Montreal. and they are the coaches for the juniors.
And it is the best place to start if you don't know how to skate or can't stand up or are a veteran of the game. Lots of experienced people there. Look us up on Facebook, Whiskey Derby.
I should also announce that there was actually a junior referee who was shadowing one of the referees. His name is Caesar Misbehaving, number 47. He's probably about 3'2", and he's going to be in the middle with the rest of the referees. So this is going to be pretty exciting.
He'll be wearing a red helmet when the game starts. You will notice him.
Yeah, it's not a very short person. He's actually a junior referee.
Started, both for both teams, and we're about to get underway for this historical first in Montreal.
This is great. I mean, to think that Montreal roller derby has come this far, where we actually have a juniors team and a men's team, and we have 5 teams on Montreal roller derby, with the men's team at 6, with the juniors at 7, with the whiskey derby at 8. So there was definitely a lot of roller derby in Montreal.
And Montreal starts with their captain, the Roadrunner, and she is lead jammer.
Montreal's doing a really good job hitting the Toronto Jammer out right now. The Toronto Jammer getting to the outside and the inside.
That skate of emergency is the Toronto Jammer.
Roadrunner comes through for a grand slam, 5 points. She puts up the first blood for the Rhythm and Blues and scores 5 big points.
All right, referee only holding up 4. I'd get Tank out there right now. And skate of emergency is finally out.
Roadrunner's through on her second pass. She gets another 4 points, and she calls out the jam. So we've got 8 for the Rhythm and Blues and 0 for the Apocalyptic Chicks from Toronto.
So tiny people, tiny numbers on their arms. The distance to them is the same that you're seeing on your screen back home. So we're having a difficult time seeing the numbers as well.
Yeah, the numbers are actually very small because the jerseys are also very small too.
And you can see the referee with the red helmet is the junior referee.
Jamming for Montreal, we've got Foxy Lady. Jamming for Toronto, we've got number 138, Misfit.
And she is a lead jammer, about a half lap lead on the Montreal Jammer, coming up on scoring. Chooses the outside lane, skates through clean.
Montreal Jammer coming in really low, like really low, but she hits the back of the pack and it looks like she's getting stuck behind the wall of Toronto right now.
And 9-4 is the current score. 4 points picked up there by Toronto Junior Roller. Takes an inside lane and calls it off. And they're collecting another 4, so they answer back quickly. No, 5, so we should have a 9-9. Nope. 2 points were scored there by Montreal, so 11-8. 12-8. 12-8. I mean, no, 12-9. There's the math. 27:43 left on the clock. That was Jam 2 complete. In the first period here in Montreal.
FBI jamming for Toronto. And Tank Sen, who's actually out there, Skeletor is out there, but the Toronto Jammer is forced out for lead jammer.
And Skeletor is finally out, but Toronto Jammer coming up on scoring now. Clean pass. 4 points, calls it off. And Toronto, the Apocalyptic Chicks, which is their name, now 13 for them and 12 for the Rhythm and Blues. Apocalyptic Chicks, you want to know what it means? Oh, they're the ones who voted on it. So. They're so cute. They're kids. They have great imagination.
Taking the jam line again for Montreal's number 13 Roadrunner.
And the skating agency for Toronto. And she's lead jammer. They're side by side. Holy crap, we have ourselves a jammer race here, Red.
Here we go. It looks like she's going to catch up there. She's going to try her. Oh! Skating emergency gives her a little booty block and manages to throw her off a little bit. And both jams are going to hit the back of the pack. Skating emergency gets stuck. Roadrunner's almost out of the pack.
Calls it off, but Rhythm and Blues got the best of that one. A 4-0 for the Blues. So 16-13, Rhythm and Blues over the Apocalyptic Chicks here. 25, just under 26 minutes left in the first period. Jam number 4 is complete.
Jamming for Toronto, we've got number 1 Art Attacker, and it looks like El Skeletor is going to take the jammer line for Montreal. Nope, I'm mistaken.
Hello. Clever Paso. Clever Paso is a lead jammer, about a quarter track lead.
Art Attacker is about 20 feet behind her.
Already on scoring is El Paso. So he's correct. Yep.
And they get out, she calls it for a quick 4 points. But I think the Toronto Jammer managed to pick up a couple. Yep, I think the referee is holding up 3 points.
Yep.
So it's definitely a close game. It's nice to see how all the strategies that are taught in adult size roller derby are being played with the juniors, because I mean they're definitely out there. They're not just out there trying to hit each other and kill each other. They're actually using a lot of strategy, the booty blocking.
Exactly.
It's going to be great to see all of these girls in probably like 5 years when they graduate and they get onto the WFTDA teams, or even some of the teams that are here in Montreal.
And it's Crash Trooper jamming for Montreal. She is out first and the jammer, about a quarter track lead. And coming up on scoring. And Seymour Blues is their counterpart. And that was a 4-0 jam for Rhythm and Blues, bringing the 24-15 is the current score. 24 minutes left on the clock. So maybe the adult players could learn from the juniors by using more strategy instead of killing each other. Maybe.
I don't know. I mean,
everybody does like a smash-up derby, right?
Everybody does like smash-up derby, but I think people are starting to recognize, especially with the juniors, that smarter derby is not always. I mean,
it's a lot more.
Up, hit him, kill him, derby.
It hurts less.
It hurts. Yeah, it definitely hurts a lot less.
That's Matt Zilla, lead jammer for the Apocalyptic Chicks from Toronto. And Roadrunner is not out yet. She's being stuck and now finally out about a half lap behind, but Matt Zilla's already on scoring. Choosing inside lane, comes through clean for 4 points and calls it off. So 24-19, 23 minutes left here on the clock. Jam number 7 in the books. And we can see a hostile crowd in the chat room. Thanks for tuning in at home. The voice of Alex monitoring the chat for you. El Kaboom is on camera. Myself, Dr. Johnny DeButt, and the Rose on the microphones this morning. And a low block called on Misfit. But two people are saying that. I'm not sure if they got confused, but I guess so. Power jam for Montreal.
I mean, you can definitely see the adult strategy right now. The juniors are using the sausage defense, or whatever you want to call it, to the passive offense, if you want to call it, so that they can capitalize on as many points as possible during this power jam for Montreal.
And Claude Passo is the jammer.
Claude Passo is through for another 5 points for Montreal.
34-19, the current score. Misfit was sent to the box.
Oh, Claude Passo's through. Oh, she gets hit to the outside and knocked down. And she's through for another grand slam for Montreal. That brings it to 39-19 with a 20-point lead for the Rhythm and Blues. 21 minutes into this game.
The Rhythm and Blues has two blockers in the box, and Misfit is now returning to the floor. 38-19 current score, 21 minutes left. 32 seconds left in the jam. Misfit chooses an outside lane and finally gets out on her opening pass.
Misfit actually looks like she's all of about 3 feet tall, so I don't even think she had to duck when she went through on the outside. She just kind of skated normally and underneath every single one of the other blockers from Montreal.
She has a great skating style. And 42-19 is your current score. 20 minutes and 39 seconds left on the clock. Jam 8 is complete. I don't know of, because I don't cover too much junior, but is it light contact or no contact or contact? What is it?
It's just like the adults play. I mean, it's full contact.
So they're allowed.
Yes, they're allowed full contact. I mean, definitely you can see the age difference in the players. The 11-year-olds are a little bit more petite than the 17-year-olds, and
Scaletta is jamming for Montreal. And Kamikaze Cupcake for Toronto.
Scott is out for lead jam for Montreal.
And Kamikaze Cupcake gets a cup track major. So another power jam for Montreal. And the Congo line, or whatever like you say, what you call it.
The sausage, the Congo line, whatever you want to call it, the passive offense. Montreal through on another 5-point grand slam.
5 points. 47-19 current score.
Montreal's definitely playing smart. You can definitely see that these girls have studied their big sisters, and they've been watching roller derby for a long time because they're playing smart. They know when to react. They know what to do. They know when the referees are calling no pack. They race forward. They reform the pack, and they instantly go back into their sausage or whatever one you call it. So you can definitely tell that Montreal roller derby has a huge influence on the way that these juniors are playing.
And currently 52-19 is the score. 2 passes and 5 points so far by Scaletta. And now another 5. Total 15. And Toronto Derby is just sending a Congo line of blockers to the penalty box. They just keep recycling. And Kamikaze Cupcake is up and out of the box. Opening pass. Back that up.
Cupcake tries to do an apex jump.
Looks like she might have hit her head on the concrete after tripping.
Well, folks, I mean, this is definitely roller derby.
Yep, she seems okay.
She seems okay. She's getting up. The crowd is cheering. She's smiling. So it looks like she tried to do the apex jump, and she may have just fell wrong, and maybe just hit her head on the concrete when she falls. But, I mean, this is roller derby. Falling and getting hurt is sometimes what happens in roller derby, and even for the juniors.
Sometimes you fall just walking on the sidewalk, so often in Montreal.
Often in Montreal, yeah.
Potholes here, or
the drunk people walking down St. Laurent.
Yep. So 59-19 is your current score. 18-27. Jam number 9 in the books. know I hadn't called the game in such a long time. Yesterday was my first, and I was for the rest. So I'm coming back. Here's your leader, captain of Montreal, Rhythm and Blues, Lou Gemma. And Iggy Popper is joining for Toronto. About a half lap behind. Roadrunner picks up her 5 and calls it 64-19. $17.45 left on the clock. Unfortunately, no PBR being sold this morning in the arena. So there goes breakfast for me and Rev.
Well, I mean, if you don't want to come down here, there's definitely breakfast. The juniors have set up their table of goodies, which is cupcakes and homemade muffins and some coffee, water. Definitely come down and buy some merch and help support junior roller derby.
And Pedro Paso comes into the pack first. She has a power jam as Misfit has been sent to the box again.
Montreal is definitely taking advantage of all these power jams. They're running up the score as much as possible, and they're playing smart. They're trying to send as many of the Toronto's blockers to the box as possible so that their jammers are having an easy time going through. Clear El Paso through another 5 points for Montreal.
74-19 current score. So another 5. 16 minutes left on the clock. Oh, and Clodell trips over the jam line.
It's that damn jam line getting in the way again.
And gets a cut track major.
So this will be Toronto's first power jam, and their jammer is standing in the box, so it looks like she'll be coming out and she'll be jamming alone. Montreal seems to be having their share of penalty problems now with only 2 blockers on the track. And the Toronto jammer comes out, and she is Misfit, number 138.
Misfit picks up 5 points. And here we have a little crisis how somebody has decided to spill their coffee near my electronics. Misfits for another 5. So far, 2 seconds left in this jam. She'll clean here and $79-34 is the current score. And as per usual, our feed is going online and offline, and Toronto calls a timeout. So there you have it. Rhythm Blues with a comfortable 79-34 lead. And some of the Montreal players trying to get the crowd animated here.
Timeout Toronto, 79 Rhythm Blues, 34 for the Apocalyptic Chicks. 15 minutes, 21 left in the game. Definitely an interesting game. It's one of those things where if you love to watch roller derby, you should definitely tune on right now on live stream for Connect Derby TV. You can look that up. So Montreal is going to be sitting with 2 blockers on the track. Toronto's got 3 on the track, but Toronto is also jamming unopposed because the Montreal jammer is still in the box.
So another opportunity for Toronto to cut into this lead. So is this turned into an official timeout now? Is this what's going on?
This is originally a Toronto timeout, but I think it has become an official review. The officials seem to be milling around in the middle. That's the end of the timeout. So we're going to be getting back into the junior action right now.
And the 5-second signal.
Number 0, FBI for Toronto, jamming unopposed.
Oh.
Montreal doing a terrific job holding her back in the back of the pack.
She sees an inside lane, uses her size to get through, and is lead jammer. The Montreal penalty box is standing.
Montreal jammer is back out on the track, but FBI is coming through for her scoring pass.
It's Claude El Paso. And it's Claude El Paso's opening pass.
Toronto jammer calls it out. She seems to be getting stuck behind Jamie's Got a Gun and Foxy Lady, who are doing a great job. And I want to say my new favorite name, which is Anakuna Matata. Doing a terrific job out there. Just throwing back the Toronto jammer.
Anakuna Matata.
Anakuna Matata.
And that was a 3-0 jam for the Apocalyptic Chicks out of Toronto. 79-37 is the current score. 14 minutes left. Jam 12 in the books. Ladies and gentlemen, this is junior roller derby.
Number 9, Crash Trooper out there from Montreal. She's your lead jammer. Followed closely behind 8.5, Hailstorm. Montreal jammers almost hitting the back of the pack. Hailstorm really close behind her. Crash Trooper calls it off for 2, but it looks like Toronto managed to grab a quick 2 points there as well. So we're looking at 81-39 with 13:29 left to play in the first period of the first ever Montreal Junior Roller Derby.
And look at that. We spent some time near the pivot line.
Looks like the pivot line actually got a little bit of action there for a little bit.
It does need some affection as well.
Tremendously tight pack right now for both jammers. They're having a really hard time getting through, but Rhoda, number 13 from Montreal, manages to get through, and she was your lead jammer.
And fight the Concords for Toronto. About a half lap behind. Roadrunner already on scoring. Gets nudged out and calls it off.
2 points for Montreal, 0 for Toronto.
83-39 current score. You see as the Roadrunner was calling off, looking at the referee who wasn't acknowledging it, and doing that same face that the jammer does when the referee doesn't acknowledge that anger look.
It happens.
It happens.
Honestly, we've got a really good ref crew out there. We've got Just Mo, Divine Intervention, Dick Striker, a Ref Striker. Ref Striker out there. Doing funny pack.
Double tackle. Lead jammer. For Toronto.
Looks like the Montreal jammer Crash Olay manages to send one of the blockers to the back on a major forearm.
And Toronto is on scoring. The 2-wall holding her up. And is calling it off. Might have collected 1 or 2. No, collected all 4. 4-0.
Looks like the Toronto jammer was trying to call it off, but because she was on the outside, I don't think any of the referees on the inside, especially the jammer ref, saw her trying to call it off.
83-43, 40-point lead. 11 minutes left. Jam 15 in the books. Scalato for Montreal, jamming. And for Toronto, in lead Jenna, hailstone. And she has about a quarter track lead on Scalato. Scalato chooses an inside lane. But a 0-0. 10 minutes left. Jam 16 in the books here. I find with this new rule set, there's, traditionally we only have about 15 jams a game. We're getting close to 2022 per period. Sorry, per period, not per game.
Well, I mean, it's definitely going to come into play when you see the strategies between the juniors and if they actually start to use time management in their favor. Right now, we've got number 13, the Roadrunner, out there jamming for Montreal, but number 808, State of Emergency, is your lead jammer for Toronto Junior A Division.
And Roadrunner is held up, and she's about a half lap behind. State of Emergency coming up on scoring. Awala White slips to the little seam and commences to call it off. Collects all four. 4-0. 83 to 47. 9 minutes left. Jam 17 in the books. And just in case you were wondering, this live feed is brought to you by A&J Productions and Holy Crap Cereal, the world's most amazing breakfast cereal. Look it up, holycrap.ca. Taco is jamming for Toronto, and Cobalt Paso for Montreal. Lead jammer is already coming up on scoring as Artetaco is just getting out. And that's one of the smallest players I've ever seen. Is that Candy Payne for Toronto? Candy Payne, number 25.
Candy Payne, 11 years old, number 25. She is probably one of the smallest people out there, if not the smallest person out there. But she's actually doing a really good job holding back blockers, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens in 8 years when she turns 18, and she probably plays for one of the Toronto teams that's out there.
Indeed. 87-47. A 40-point lead again, 7:49 left on the clock, Jam 18 in the books. Crash Trooper is jamming for Rhythm and Blues.
Foxy Lady definitely doing a great job holding back the Toronto Jammer, but the Toronto Jammer finally manages to get out. She is not lead. Montreal Jammer is in the pack and scoring right now. Crash Trooper is being held back by a really tight wall of Toronto. She finally manages to get out and break through for...
And Seymour Blues is about a half lap behind, but Crash Trooper decides to call it off, taking her 4 points, 91-47 current score. Wade running back on the track for Montreal, along with FBI for Rhythm and Blues. Sorry, for Apocalyptic Chicks. And FBI is out first and then Junior. And the Roadrunner is finally out after being stuffed a little bit there by the the Toronto defense. And FBI comes out clean and should be calling it here, and does, before Roadrunner can collect any points. So 4 points. And the current score, 91-51 for Rhythm and Blues. 5:47 left. Jam 20 in the books.
it looks like that most of the hipsters have woken up and decided to come downtown and wander into the arena because there's a lot of skinny jeans and belts with Converse walking around right now.
A lot of people look like Urkel just walked in. Right, that looks like a cut track to me. No, it's a lead. Yes, it is a cut track. So Misfit is lead jammer, and Club El Paso is going to the penalty box.
This is going to be really interesting to see how Toronto tries to maximize on this power jam for them. They need 40 points to tie the game right now. They're down. Misfit finds her way on the inside, and she's through for a quick 5 points for Toronto.
She has been doing most of the damage.
Toronto not choosing to play the sausage defense. They're actually in the pack mixing it up for their jammer right now, doing a great job blocking and helping their jammer get through. But Foxy Lady, number 70 out there for Montreal, is just doing a tremendous job holding back Misfit.
And Misfit is looking angry. She wants to get through, looking for help. Candy Payne giving her a little push. That's solid, well right. Trying to make the packing behind is seems to be Toronto's strategy here. Misfit just wants a seam of some kind, anything at all. And she might have finally got it.
She almost had it, and number 70, Foxy Lady, manages to take her out on the outside.
Gets her 5 points.
Club El Paso is out of the penalty box, and Misfit calls it. Montreal did an incredible job holding back that jammer for the entire minute in the power jam, and only managed to get the Apocalyptic Chicks only managed to put 10 points on the board for that power jam, so that was really smart for Montreal.
So 91-61, they did close the gap, 30 points now, and a timeout being called. Is that a timeout or is that an official review?
It looks like a timeout for Toronto, so they're taking their second timeout this period. The Toronto coach talking to head ref, Just Mo.
Matthews, the coach?
Coach Matthew out there for Toronto talking to the head ref, Just Mo. So if you're just tuning in, this is the first ever Montreal Roller Derby Junior bout in Montreal being held at the St. Louis Arena. If you're downtown today, because it is a long weekend up here in Canada, come on down, check it out. It's only $5. You can support the juniors by buying some coffee, some muffins, a t-shirt, and you can come around and see some really great roller derby. You can see the up-and-coming future stars of Montreal roller derby here.
That maybe she was looking, Martha was looking for an extra 5 points because they only gave her 10, but she did come through at the end there. That's what I noticed. If at home you want to, you can actually back up on your player. You just back up the cursor and you can get your own instant replay. And once you're done looking at the instant replay, you just hit the live button again and you're back to live. Isn't that beautiful technology? It's part of my old VCR days when I did the first instant replay. We all rejoiced, and that was the last time I ever did it. So 3:43 left, 91-61 in the first period.
El Skeleton German from Montreal.
But Toronto is already out. Lead Junior. Western. About a quarter track lead. Coming up on scoring. Choosing outside lane. Pencil Payne calls it. Collecting 4 points. 91-65, 3 minutes left. Couple of blockers for each team in the box. Roadrunner facing FBI. Roadrunner chooses inside, gets caught up with it, and FBI on the outside, and she's lead Gemma. And holy crap, we have ourselves a Gemma race. Turning 1-2, holy crap, the world's most amazing breakfast cereal. Check them out, holycrap.ca. They're both arriving in the pack at the same time. Montreal scoring first there. This looks like it's going to be a trade-off. 4-4.
Both Germans are out of the pack and scoring right now. It looks like Toronto's just going to try and run the clock a little bit and try and see if they can get the Montreal Germans stuck in their pack. Both Germans hitting the pack at the same time. FBI takes the outside. She calls it off. Looks like she grabbed a quick 2 points, excuse me. But Montreal manages to grab a quick 3, so that'll put the score at 97-72.
That's the opposite there. 3 for Toronto and 2 for Montreal. Regardless, the score is 97-72.
It's early. Most of us are hungover. I'm sure the people that are sitting in bed watching right now are probably either drunk or hungover, so...
That's what I'm saying. We can't have breakfast because the canteen isn't open here. No PBR for us.
There is a Sacco down the road then. Crash over, lead jammer from Montreal. She's out. She does a little spin and she gets out in the front of the pack. Toronto Jammer being stuck behind Mr. T. Hard attacker. She's stuck in the back of the pack. She gets hit outside, but Janie's got a gun.
Del Paso grabs 5 because she's already lapped the Jammer. Making the century mark, 102.72.
Janie's got a gun out there doing a tremendous job blue blocking the Toronto Jammer. So Del Paso manages to go out. She gets hit to the outside. She does a little spin on the floor. She gets up and she's out for another quick 5 points for Montreal.
The attacker goes down hard.
Hard attacker in the back of the pack. She looks like she's getting stuck.
Looks like she's in a bit of pain. But keeps going.
Hard attacker finally out for Toronto. She's on her initial pass.
Yeah, the attacker doesn't seems to be some kind of discomfort.
Looks like she may have got hit in the face.
But she kept going, which is what you want to see. Being comforted there by Candy Payne. And that should be halftime. And halftime it is. So 15 minutes, we're going to go off air, and we'll join you in under 15 minutes time. I'm Dr. Johnny Gabet, and I'm joined by the Rev. See you in a bit.